Hey guys, this is Haley, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about getting a service dog. So this is a question that I've been getting since I started my channel. Why don't you have a service dog? Why don't you get a service dog? I think a service dog would be very beneficial for you. And I've always ignored the question because it was actually a very triggering question for me for a long time, because I did have 2 service dog prospects in the past. Both of them failed for different reasons. I'm not comfortable going into the details on it. It's still a very traumatic event in my life. But basically, I just kind of gave up the idea for a while and decided that I wasn't going to get a service dog until, I was a lot older or more, had a husband or something to help me. But in March of this year, I got connected with a trainer named Claire. Her name is Canine Matters Training, and you probably know her if you're in the service dog Instagram world. Her personal account is Service Angel Percy, and yeah, she is a great trainer. She's super sweet, super nice, and I had a call with her in March of 2020 to discuss the possibility of working with her. She offered to puppy raise a service dog for me until the age of 1. After that, the training would be up to me, but I would still be working with her via Zoom or Skype or FaceTime, whatever. So we would still be having training sessions virtually, since I live in Wisconsin and she lives in Maryland. And then at about 18 months, I will fly back to Maryland and, finish, do the public access testing, things like that. So yeah, it's really, really exciting, and I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it because people here on YouTube don't know about it, but if you follow me on my personal Instagram, and Luca has an Instagram, you would know. So yes, my service dog's name is Luca. So in August, we went and visited the litter of puppies, and me and Claire did the temperament testing on the puppies, and me and her together discussed about the results of the temperament tests, and we decided mutually on the same dog, and that dog is Luca. So a week later, a friend of mine flew out and picked up Luca, brought him back to Maryland, which is where Claire, my trainer, lives. And Luca has been living with Claire ever since. He's been working on everything, basic obedience. Don't know if I think he starts advanced obedience in just a couple of days. So, he's going through the steps, and he is so good. He's actually doing better than she even expected him to be, which is great. So he's been doing lots of training, lots of public access training. He knows all the basic commands: sit, stay, lay down, leave it. I cannot think of them off the top of my head because it's currently past midnight when I'm filming this. But yeah, he's also been working recently on retrievals, so picking up objects, handing objects to the handler, picking up leashes, things like that. That's one of the main things that he's been working on. But yeah, it's so exciting because he's actually 6 months old on January 12th, which is insane. The one hard thing is raising a service dog and having someone else puppy raise a service dog is very, very expensive. So Luca, when his training is done, is going to cost more than my car. He's going to cost averaging about $20,000. It might be a little bit less than that. His training itself, no, I think it does come out to about $20,000 after 2 years of training. The first year is about $15,000, and then the year after that is going to be a lot cheaper because he'll be living with me, and I don't have to pay boarding fees, food, and I'll have to pay for food, but I'm not paying someone else to feed him, vet bills and all that. I'll just be paying for virtual training the second year. But anyways, yeah, all said and done, it's gonna be about $20,000, which I think a lot of people are shocked by that, and they're like, oh my goodness, you're being ripped off. No, if you Google the average cost of a trained service dog through a program, the average cost on Google that pops up is 25 to 40K, I believe. So $20,000 is actually really, really cheap. And that's even like, technically he's not even costing that much. I'm including my travel fees, his gear, other stuff like that that's going to be added into there. So yeah, I actually got a very, very good deal on the training costs, and that's just because this is Canine Matters' first program. It's not a program dog, but their first puppy that they're raising through their organization. So he's kind of testing the waters. They're figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So in the future, if they decide to raise, puppies again, they kind of know what works. So I did kind of get a discount because of that, because he was the first dog through their program. But I am extremely grateful for everything Claire is doing. She's incredible. She's an incredible trainer. She's so sweet, so loving. She loves dogs. She does everything for them. So the way the payments are working for me personally is we kind of pay based off when he completes a certain training segment. So his first initial cost was about $5,000, but that was the cost of the puppy itself, which purebred, very well bred service line genetic dogs are very expensive. So that was the first initial cost. The second one was when he was 2 or 3 months. I paid about $1,000, and that was for him to start his basic obedience, which is super exciting. And then actually that was 4 months. He started that at 4 months. And then 6 months is his next payment, which is going to be, I have to look it up because I don't remember. Oh, okay, so the first payment was 8 weeks to 4 months. That was $1,000. The second payment was 4 months to 6 months, which was $1,500. And then the next payment is 6 months to 8 months, which is $2,500. They might start task work as well around this time. Originally, we did have task work set at 8 to 12 months, but because he is so progressing so quickly, and he is so smart, we have been starting things more sooner than we would have thought. So he probably will start on some task work during the 6 to 8 month period. I don't know what it will be or what she is thinking. I do know that we are planning on sending scent samples to her in the mail, which I don't know how we're gonna do that because we have to send them frozen. And I'm really worried that we'll send them and they'll all be thawed by the time they get there and they won't even work. So we are trying to scent train Luca. Obviously that's not a guaranteed thing that every dog can learn, because we are trying to scent train a heart rate alert. Not every dog can sense or smell that. So this is just us trying our best to train it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. In that case, we will just train a cardiac response. And I can get into his tasks in a different video because this video would just be way too long. But I'll go over the basics on what he will be trained in. 8 to 12 months will be mainly task work, so that will be the majority of the other tasks that he hasn't learned yet. And then at 12 months, which is going to be July 2021, I will fly out to Washington, D.C. and have a week-long training session with Claire and Luca, and she will teach me how to train him. So basically, Luca will already know what to do, but Claire will have to train me on how to tell him what to do. So that is going to take about a week for us to do that all, especially since we both have chronic illnesses and we can't just work for 8 hours a day on this. We're probably going to be taking our time. So after that week, we will fly home, but she does plan on flying back with me to Wisconsin so that I learn how to go through TSA, through the airlines, through the airports with a service dog, and then she also wants to help introduce him to my home. Obviously, I have kitties, I have bunnies, and she needs to kind of like show me how I'm going to be going about those introductions. So yeah, he is being exposed the best he can to cats where he is currently, and we hope to expose him to rabbits before he comes to my home as well. So if any of you guys want to, it would be really, really appreciated if you could donate to Luca's training fund. I have set up a GoFundMe that I'll have linked down below. I also have my Venmo down there if you guys prefer that. It would be really great just because I don't have a lot of income, and paying for a $20,000 service dog is a lot. My GoFundMe is only set up to $10,000 because that's the amount of money that I will need before I bring him home in July of 2021. So my goal is just to hit that $10,000, which we are at like 3,000 something right now, which is great. So if you guys feel like you want to give, no pressure at all, you don't have to. I know everyone has tight budgets, but yeah, feel free to go do that. If you want to help out in another way and you don't have money to give, go follow me on my TikTok, which I will leave down below. And I do make like a very small amount from TikTok. Like if people watch my videos, I do get like a creator fund thing. It's not a ton of money, but it does help, and I'm putting all of that money towards Luca as well. Of course, if you watch my videos here on YouTube, that helps as well, if you watch the ads and stuff. But yeah, I just thank you guys so much for all your support. Don't forget to follow Luca on his Instagram and Canine Matters and Service Angel Percy. I'll leave all of their links down below. They're all very great. So I do want to kind of touch on what kind of service dog Luca will be, because this is like the main question that I've had. So Luca will be a cardiac alert / response dog. This is going to depend on if he can be an alert dog based on scent training. So he'll be medical alert and response. He'll be psychiatric, possibly alert, but most likely response. And he will be a neurological assistance dog. So what that basically means is he will mainly be assisting me with my POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. We will be training him to help me know when to sit down, when I am having high heart rates, having pre-syncope, syncope episodes, things like that. That's just one minor thing that he'll be doing. He'll also be a mobility assistance dog, which I don't know if I said that. Basically, he will be trained in mobility assistance, which is for wheelchair users. I am a part-time wheelchair user, and I use a wheelchair outside of the home. The psychiatric response stuff is mainly going to be responding to my raising anxiety and my panic disorder. And my OCD, but my OCD and anxiety, you know, kind of go together. So then for neurological assistance, I just put that on there. Like, I don't know if that's the technical term, but not many people have service dogs for Tourette syndrome. But I have Tourette syndrome. I have a pretty mild case, which is why most people don't know I have it, or if they do, like, they don't think it affects me that much. But basically with Tourette syndrome, it's a condition that waxes and wanes, which means it can get worse and then better and then worse and then better. And yeah, so those are a couple of his tasks, but I could do a whole other video if you guys are interested on every single task that I have written down that we would like to train. Obviously, things happen, and sometimes certain service dogs can't learn certain tasks for certain reasons. We believe that Luca will be able to learn the majority of these tasks, but obviously the alert tasks are always a mystery. So yeah, I am gonna stop rambling because it's 22 minutes long. But yeah, I'm getting a service dog. His name is Luca. He is adorable. And if you would like to help out with any training costs, no pressure at all, but I do have a GoFundMe and a Venmo linked below. And don't forget to follow the social medias that I've also linked down there, the Instagrams and the TikTok. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon on a new video. Bye!